Hi, so I wanted to make a video about multiple sclerosis and what it actually is because I think a lot of people don't understand it, and for that reason, they don't take the time to research it or to find out what it is. So if you've got anyone in your life with MS, I would encourage you to find out what it is. Um, Even if it's a colleague, somebody distant, it's still worth knowing how to be able to support that person and what that person might need. Um, so multiple sclerosis or MS, and I'm going to refer to it as most people do refer to it. It is not an immune condition, but it affects the nervous system. So anything that the nervous system controls, which would be your brain, walking, everything basically. Um, so it's it's complicated how to explain, but this is how I understand it, and obviously I can only speak from my experience and my perspective. So it is an autoimmune disease, and the so basically your body attacks itself. So your body is attacking healthy tissues, healthy cells. Everything that was healthy is now not healthy. So it could be your walking, loads of things are affected by your eyesight, hearing, everything basically. Um, and the myelin sheath is the cutting around the nerve, so that is also attacked by MS. So, and that can cause all kinds of problems. Obviously, if your nerves don't have any kind of coating, it can cause pain, it can cause all kinds of things. It can cause the messages to not be received or sent properly, which is why in a lot of people you'll see slowness. It is one of the symptoms. Um, so I was diagnosed in October 2022, but the symptoms actually began for me overnight in January 2021. So I'd already been dealing with this for almost 2 years when I got a proper diagnosis. And then I thought when I had the diagnosis everything would change, but it didn't. I was still left on my own. I have made a complaint to the NHS because my care has been so bad, and people around me are shocked that I've had no support. And even people are saying you're eligible for this, you're eligible for that, and I've received none of it. Um, so I am in the process of making that complaint. And a really kind person from the fire service has just got involved, and he said he's the kind of person that makes lots of noise, and so he's investigating exactly who can help in this situation. Right, so I think I've covered what MS is. um the symptoms can vary from person to person, so just because you know one person with MS, it does not mean that somebody else with MS is suffering from the same thing. It's called multiple sclerosis for a reason, because multiple means multiple things are affected. So for me, it was my talking, my vision, my hearing, my walking, my balance, my coordination, loads and loads of things. There's about 18 symptoms that I've been able to keep a track of, and all the symptoms overlap. And because I am suffering with ADHD, has also made the ADHD symptoms worse. And ADHD is a hormone, is related to hormones, and hormone imbalance that has caused also makes the MS symptoms worse. And now, because of my age, I'm going through something called perimenopause, which I'd never ever heard of before this. before being diagnosed with it, and that is also hormone imbalance, which means that both ADHD and MS are worse. So I'm getting it from all sides basically. And I'm not making this video in any way to get sympathy. I'm making this video simply to pass on the knowledge of MS, because some people either think it's no big deal, it's nothing, or other people may go the other way and think it's really, really bad. And it is really bad, as in it affects your whole life, and it has affected me and stopped me from doing so many things. But it's difficult because it's not terminal, but it can be terminal in some cases. And so, but I know people that could end up in a wheelchair, and you could be so severely debilitated that you are in pain constantly, and you can't walk or talk or do anything. You can't control like your toilet issues. There's so many things that could be affected. Um, and so, and the reason I'm making this video is to spread the knowledge of that, so that people understand, and that people can find out more about it. Because I also know somebody else that I still managed to be able to work, and the people at her work don't understand it, and so they think that just because she looks okay, she is okay, but obviously she's not. But I think that's a problem with this society, that some disabilities are invisible, and if it's something like Parkinson's or anything neurological, obviously it can't be seen. I think that's the end of this one. Obviously I'll make more videos, but I think because this has been so information heavy, I'm gonna leave it there.